In this video, I will be breaking down Mike Perry's knockout win over Luke Rockhold, and moreover, I would also be talking about what has made Luke Rockhold quit the bout. So, I am Dr. Harun Ilyas, and if you are into mechanics and anatomy of sports injuries, consider subscribing to this channel. So, Luke Rockhold stopped the fight and he wasn't able to continue the bout against Mike Perry, and in this video we will be talking about what has made Luke Rockhold quit this fight. And you can see in this video that this is the exact moment when Luke Rockhold wasn't able to continue the fight and ref was ending this fight. And if we break it down a little further, we can see that Luke Rockhold was pointing towards his teeth and his lower jaw, and the lower jaw is also called the mandible, and particularly he was pointing towards the left side of his mandible. And after the fight was stopped, we have seen him moving towards his corner, and again he was pointing towards the inside of his mouth, and particularly the pointing direction was towards the left side of the mandible. So let us now have a look at what might have caused this stoppage. And I think this is the moment where Mike Perry first threw his left hook that did not connect it very well, but it was the right hook that connected really well on that left sided portion of the mandible. And after that we saw Luke Rockhold was stunned for a bit, and he wasn't taking part in the fight as regularly as he was taking before. So I really do think that this punch of Mike Perry, this right hook of Mike Perry, is the reason that has made the bout to be stopped. So let us now look at the impact of this right hook that has caused the stoppage of this bout. And as you can see, the point of connection of the right hook is towards the lower jaw or the mandible bone. And if we can see that it has been swung by Mike Perry, and it has connected on the lateral and interior aspect of the mandible bone. And there are a couple of things that we can think about right here. Firstly, there could be a loosening of one of the teeth, and if there would have been a broken teeth, we could have seen the image where the tooth has been thrown away, where the tooth has been spitted away by Luke Rockhold. But I don't think this could be the case here, because Luke Rockhold is a total warrior, and I don't think that he would be quitting the fight with this kind of loosening of one of his teeth. But the other thing that could have happened here is the fracture in the mandible bone that might have resulted due to the impact of the right hook of Mike Perry, and that might have caused the stoppage of the fight. And I do think that this can be the major reason of Luke Rockhold's giving up the fight. So our lower jaw consists of a mandible bone in which the teeth are aligned, and it is one of the most common side that is being fractured during the fights, and it is the side where most fighter targets to knock their opponents out. Apart from the fracture of lower jaw or the mandible bone, there could also be a fracture of upper jaw that is made up of maxillary bone. But as we have seen Luke Rockhold pointing towards the lower jaw, and even after stopping the bout he was pointing towards his lower jaw or the mandible bone, there are high chances there might be a fracture of mandible bone. And the other points of contact could be the upper jaw or the maxillary bone, and apart from maxillary bone there could also be some etiology or some fracture related to nasal nasal septum. And as we have seen that Luke Rockhold was bleeding from the nose, but during the punch that we see Mike Perry throw with intense power, we do not see any connection towards the nasal bone, but we can also suspect that there could be a fracture of a nasal septum that has resulted in the stoppage of the fight. But I think that the major reason for the stoppage of the fight is some etiology involving the mandible. So this is it from this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to watch more content related to sports medicine, consider subscribing to this channel.